So guys, we talked about marker annotations, which are annotations that do not have any attributes. Like if we have interest here default 0, or even if it's not default, it's not a marker annotation. So if an annotation does not have any methods declaration inside it, that annotation is called a marker annotation. And there are reasons for that particular requirement. Let's say you want to indicate a specific message, or you want to pass a specific message at runtime. A message could be like something like maybe serializable. We are just making an example. You want to tell the runtime that the class is serializable. That is, it can be serialized. That is another use case. Or let's say you want to tell the runtime that a particular method is maybe it's a write operation, or is only a read operation, and you don't want to do anything. You just want to say this is a read operation, and the runtime knows when it finds that particular method, it knows what to do. If it's a delete operation, it knows what to do. It's like you can think of it like a tag. You are tagging a class to say this is something, or I don't know, but that is what I'm trying to say. Like you want to pass a specific message to a compile or to a runtime, to a JVM, to say that this is what this thing, it's like a name. You're just giving it a name, and that name, the compiler, when it sees it, or the runtime, sorry, it knows what to do. So this method, for you to have that particular annotation, which is a marker annotation, as I've mentioned, there are ways to make to make it useful for you. So there is what a method called isAnnotationPresent. If we can look at the Java doc, it says it returns true if an annotation for a specified type is present on this element, else false. This method is designed primarily for convenient access to marker annotations. So we see that the purpose of this is to have that convenient access to marker annotation. So as we see, this is a marker annotation, and we want to find out at runtime, maybe we want to perform a specific task based on whether that particular operation is a marker or not. And what we are doing here, we're saying we have declared object of type marker. Then what we do, we get a method on it, and then we want to check, is this method containing this annotation? If not, we know annotation present. So if not, we know annotation is not present. And if there is that annotation present on that method, then it will actually print annotation present. So let's run this code. It says annotation not present on this particular method. So let's say we want to put that annotation on this method. So I'm just going to say my marker. That's it. So if I run this code now, I should get annotation present. Okay, it still say annotation not present. Okay, I see the reason. So what we need to do is we need to remove this get class here and leave the MDL just as is. Then it will print annotation present, as we can see. Why? Because annotation is present on this method declaration. If we comment it and run the code again, it's gonna tell us annotation not present. So you might have situations where you have, let's say you have read, and then you have okay, select. I'm just making an example with SQL operations. I'm just gonna take to select and update. So you could say update. I'm just making an example, guys. This might not be a use case, and then you could have select. And then what you want to do here is update. So let's say here you can just say change name. Obviously this is an update operation. This is a select operation. So when you are here, you want to check if this sorry, what I want to do here is I have to say change name. I want to check if this change name is an update operation, and if it's an update, I want to do something. I don't really care about what the attributes say, but since we know that this annotation is convenience for marker annotation, what I'm only interested in is to just check whether this is an update operation or it has an update annotation applied on it. And if it does have, then I know what logic I will have to run, because that method has that particular annotation applied to it. So that's the use case for, and then we see that it does have an update annotation applied to it. Let's check select. We want to run this code, and it must say annotation not present, as we can see. So this is how you can use isAnnotation present, guys.